Every year when I grow potatoes in our 10-gallon grow bags, I mix my own soil. And most years we do pretty well. In this video, I'll show you the recipe I'm using for this year. Each year varies a little bit depending on what type of soil we have available in our area. This year I'm starting out with 2 5-gallon buckets of used soil. I like to reuse our soil in order to save a little bit of money. Then I'm adding a 5-gallon bucket of organic Miracle-Gro potting mix. Then a 5-gallon bucket of organic Miracle-Gro raised bed gardening soil. The fertilizer in the potting mix and raised bed gardening soil is derived from poultry litter. It's perfectly fine to substitute any brand that you like. Next, I add a 5-gallon bucket of peat moss. That will lower the pH, and potatoes like a slightly lower pH than neutral. Then finally, I'm adding some finely sifted homemade compost that I made myself. Then I roll the soil back and forth on the tarp until all of the ingredients are thoroughly mixed. It usually takes several minutes to accomplish that. I've found that instead of trying to fill up the bags, it's easier for me to fill up a 5-gallon bucket and then fill up the bags. An empty grow bag is kind of loose and floppy, so instead of trying to pour soil into the bag, I put the bag over the bucket and flip it over. That 5-gallon bucket filled with soil will fill the 10-gallon grow bag about halfway, and once it's about half full of soil, it'll stand up pretty well. Then I can pour another bucket load in. This recipe will fill about 3 10-gallon grow bags with soil. Right before I plant my potatoes, I like to mix in a handful of sulfur and a handful of 10-10-10 granular fertilizer. Like the peat, the sulfur will help lower the pH a little, and the fertilizer will make up for some of that used soil. When I cut potato pieces to plant, I like to allow for at least 3 days for them to heal over. I'm planting Kennebec potatoes here, and in one grow bag I'm putting 3 pieces, and in the other grow bag I'm putting 4 pieces, just to see which one does better. Then I just cover up the pieces and water them a little bit, and before too long they'll start sprouting. I like to do regular gardening updates, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and you can follow along and see how these potatoes do through the season until harvest. If you already subscribed, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.